What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another PG Sports podcast. We're getting Rob Dim of Darty Co in here. Excuse me. And it's about to be lit. What's up? What's up? About to have Rob Dim in here today. Darty Co. He's about to pop in. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the Darty. Texting him right now, I'm on. I'm going to talk about his come-up story. What's up, everybody? We're getting Rob Dim in here today. Talk about Darty. How's it going? Corona quarantine day 16 in my book. Young Dream Chaser, what's up? What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. We're getting Rob Dim in here today at Darty Co. I don't know where he's at. Just texted him, waiting for him to pop in. Set this off. Yesterday I got ghosted by my guest. I don't know where he's went. Damn, this shit looks crazy. Gotta chill. Whoa. Where the hell's he at? Darty Dim, where's he at? Whoa. What's up? Just waiting for Rob Dim to get in here. Might have to just FaceTime him right now. Be like, where you at? But we'll see. He'll be coming in. We'll talk about his football career, how he started Darty Co, all that good stuff. What happened last night. Shit was crazy. Here he is now. We'll get him in. Add him in. Shit, keep waiting. Why does it say waiting? Oh, there we go. Oh!
How's how you feeling?
Yeah, it's good.
Keeping it going from last night?
Yeah. Tell me what happened last night. Forget all this other stuff. Yeah, what happened?
What do you mean? You told me to join it live. So I joined it.
Did the Darty stock go up last night?
I don't know. It may have. I mean, it's always going up, but I guess it went up exponentially last night. But you told me to join the live, and then somehow I guess you were promoting that I'm gonna start ripping 10 shots. So I got into the live, and then it escalated from there, and then the rest is history.
Yeah. So shout out to Speedy putting you on, and everyone was screaming Darty, and changing every title and every clothing name and brand and whatever. Jean jacket, Jamie with the Darty jacket coming soon, I guess.
Yeah, collab coming real soon. Yo, but my bad, I was a few minutes late. I actually just had a real estate call come in, so I took that really quick, and then I'm here.
Yo, you in a dark room right now?
Yeah. I mean, what do you mean a dark room? I mean, it's broad daylight. I mean.
Nah, you don't know. Yeah, you don't know about that old school shit.
Well,
you know, like you used to call them dark rooms, where you develop the pictures.
I'm not here.
Slow. Oh my god.
What do you mean dark rooms? I'm not hip.
You don't remember when you actually took pictures and you had to go get them developed?
Yeah, I'm hip. Okay.
And then it used to be called like the dark room to go get the pictures developed, and they take them and you could see them. So
I guess so. Yeah. Whatever.
Oh my god.
Sounds good.
We're the same age here. You're looking young right now.
I am. That's how I like to look. Keep it that way. I think it's the black versus white. We tend to look a lot younger. Black don't crack, as they say.
Oh my god. Yeah. So let's go back in time and take me through some of your football career first.
Where do you want me to start? My football career goes deep to like 7 years
No,
old.
we're starting at shoe. It'll be too deep. Or unless you want to tell me how you first got involved playing football. How did you first get involved playing football?
To be honest, I mean, I feel like I was just a kid playing outside, and then my parents, like my parents were always big football fans, and they would watch the Eagles every Sunday and stuff like that. So I guess once I saw it on TV and seeing dudes flying around like a million miles an hour, I was just like, let's get it. So then, I see, I got you. So yeah, I just started playing football, and then since an early age, and then it just started. I turned into a savage, and the rest was history.
Yo, who was your final schools to pick for college?
My final schools,
Yeah.
Villanova, obviously Sacred Heart, New Hampshire, Lafayette, Minnesota came in late after I already signed.
Minnesota? How'd they find you?
I don't know. Dude called me up after the.
What's up, Greg?
Dude called me
What's
after the decision day or whatever it's called, and my head I was thinking like, yo, even if they wanted me to go out here, like for real, like I'm not trying to go to Minnesota. Like I don't even know what goes on in Minnesota.
True. What's up, Ollie? Yeah. So how did you pick Sacred Heart?
To be honest,
I didn't even know what other schools you were considering till now.
Yeah, I mean, I went on the visit. Obviously, Underwood was my my host on my recruiting trip. I think I hear that about once a week, still currently to this day. And how I'm his son and all that XYZ, blah blah blah. He's the reason why I ended up at SHU. But yeah, I mean, I came to SHU, went on the recruiting trip, felt the vibes. I mean, PG, Paul Gorham was still there, and we just clicked really well. And he sold me on a vision. And I was his favorite player coming in. He loved me, and I kind of just went with that rather than other schools. I felt like it wasn't as genuine. And obviously, like, you want to go into a system where you feel like you're going to play the most and excel the most and contribute to the team. So that was just kind of my mindset on why I chose Sacred Heart. Who else? I'm trying to think what other coaches.
Yeah, that's good.
Who was the receivers coach at that time? I guess it was Coach Garner, yeah. So, yeah, it was cool. I mean, I met a bunch of the receivers, cool peoples. Rock Tate, JoJo, Sean Kess, my dog. Shout out Sean Kess. Yeah, it was just real cool, dope experience. And then I even knew, I'm sure you forget about this, but obviously if you're from South Jersey and New Jersey in general, you know who Zach Greenwald is. And he was signed into Sacred Heart. So obviously, like, we were just like, why not? Let's get it.
No, I remember him. We all lived on the first floor at Seed.
We did indeed.
Trippy.
Oh, yeah, you said
imagine your name. Imagine your parents. Nah, you didn't fuck with me. Imagine your parents named you Rock. That's just savage.
Rock Tate.
Yeah, your name is Rock. Huh? Your name's Rock, bro. Like what? Rock Dim.
Chill out.
Rock Dim. Oh man. Yeah, and then tell me how how'd your career at Sacred Heart go? And
yeah,
do you think you fell out of love with football?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little background story. So like, obviously, I'm not sure if many people are hip, but obviously, like, I'm Nigerian, and like, obviously, like, if you know, Nigerian parents are tough. So like, going into Sacred Heart, really, no one wanted me to go to Sacred Heart. My dad didn't even really want me to play football. Wanted me to study science. So there was already I had something to prove initially. So I came into Sacred Heart with that chip on my shoulder. And from there, it was kind of just like you come in as a freshman, you're not really sure what to expect. I mean, most freshmen, I mean, they got high expectations for you, but you still got to prove yourself. So I went from like trying to prove myself to like my dad and my family to then get into Sacred Heart and then trying to prove myself on the football field, because I'm not the type of person to like come in and like, yeah, let me just go through the motions and figure out the system. Like I'm trying to play like immediately. So that's kind of just a recap from there. And then you said, talk about my experience and what'd you say again?
Yeah, just your career overall there.
It was a real interesting career. Shout out Coach Gardner. I mean, he was a receivers coach when I first came in. And shout out to all the receivers like Rock Tate, Sean Patterson, Wayno, JoJo, Gary Coles. I'm probably G5 came in with me, Ricky Moore. Like, you know, that was just a real cool group, you know, genuine group to be around. But it was definitely interesting because I came in, they had a fifth-year quarterback, Dale Fink, and I came in like literally with something to prove. Like every day I was, you know, I'm trying to be number one. So I got up there rotating in with the first and the second team. And then it just got to a point when I was talking to PG. PG called me into his office after the third game, and he was like, there really is no point for you to just play these 3 games. You might as well redshirt because you know, Dale Fink. You said what?
No, what's up, Limo? I was just saying what's up to people that joined.
I thought you said something else, but he was just like, yeah, Timmy Little's probably going to be the quarterback next year, and I'm looking forward to seeing you two work together. So I just took it as like after those 3 games, I just took it as like, all right, now I'm just working for next year and getting better and developing a good relationship and connection with Tim Little. Shout out Tim Little too. That's my dog. I miss him for real. But yeah, it was just. That happened. So that whole year went by. The year after, I ended up being on the first and second team, playing alongside Rock, JoJo, just splitting time pretty much with those two. And we were just hungry. I just feel like my class, I mean, obviously a lot of people know, like, if you went to Sacred Heart, like when we first came in, like my class, like Sacred Heart was chips.
That was my class.
I think, what did you say?
That was my class.
What do you mean your class?
You said my class.
Oh, my fault. I meant like Underwood's. Like, I mean, they weren't chips, but like their record was chips. Put it that way. So like we were just hungry. Like we wanted to win. Like I never really lost my whole entire life. So I ain't about to come to Sacred Heart and start losing. So we just try to work as hard as we can and change mentality, change the culture. And really go from there. So it was my redshirt freshman year, started playing, started getting reps. We ended up beating, I think, Central Connecticut State at Central. And I remember that because me and G5 were balling that game. I think Timmy Little threw me a pass across the middle. I got hit by 2 dudes and turned it up for like a 60, 70-yard touchdown. And that was just a dope experience because we were just really amped. We haven't beat Central in a couple of years, so I feel like that was really the turning point for Sacred Heart for us to start progressing in the next direction. And then from there, it was just, you know, bringing in more talent, bringing in more depth across a number of different positions for us to be able to compete for a championship. I mean, I could talk about a lot of stuff, but I think the biggest thing is like even our class and the class after, we just had a real good connection. Shout out Massachusetts, Candido, Shoddy, you know, Troy Morrow, those guys up north, and then all the ones in South Jersey, G Hill, Timmy Goodwin, Pat Casey, everyone. And we just had a really good connection, stayed up in the summer, grinded, worked our asses off, and it obviously worked out for the best, back-to-back conference championships and 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, you can't forget about my boy Tyler Doobie. Huh?
Of course, he's CT. He's up north. He's with the up north guys. My fault. Shout out Doobie. I don't even know, what is it, 203 area code? Was it up there?
Yeah, he might be. I think he's 860.
860. Yeah, shout out Tyler Doobie. It's funny ass dude.
Well, see, he might be the Connecticut go. Who else played the first shoe that was from Connecticut? Basically nobody.
Nah, there has to be a couple people. CJ Tree.
CJ Tree. He didn't play. He wasn't from Connecticut.
Who else?
No, only Austin that I could think of.
There's got to be a couple more.
There wasn't that many. That's why.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
Connecticut's really sleep, to be honest.
Tell me how in the end you kind of fell out of love with football. So,
yeah, I mean, I just didn't agree. Like, I'm a transparent type of dude. I just didn't agree with a lot of the things that were going on there. I mean, obviously, like you probably know, like I was skilled on offense and skilled on special teams. I think I blocked like 10, 11 punts in my college career. and I was only out on the field like 30% of the time during those punt situations. So it's like, if you got a guy who can, block a punt at any time, why wouldn't you have him on the field there on punt return and field goal attempt, just to make a play. So I didn't really agree with a lot of stuff going on, but obviously we all had a dope, good connection, and I thought that was great. I think we could have done a lot of things better, but obviously I can sit in this position and say that today. But we just had a lot of talent, and I think most of the times, like, I think we lost, like, in that span, probably like 2-3 games in those 2 years that we should have easily won, but like, we just didn't take advantage of our skill positions. Like, if Tyler Doobie is way better than the guy that's in front of him covering him, why don't we just attack that cornerback until they take his ass out of the game and we're up 21 points? So, that was just kind of my mindset. I just thought we could have done a lot of things better. Obviously, it would have been better to go have 2 undefeated seasons completely, because that's probably what should have happened. But, you live and you learn from experiences. I think, what you go through the season definitely makes you better. And I just got to a point, like, I worked really hard. I think I took losses personal. I took a lot of stuff personal. And in my mindset, when I mean take it personal, like, I just mean, like, I have to work harder. So I just got to a point where around my senior year and my 5th year, I just ended up I felt like I overworked myself, but I just got to a point where I didn't really agree with a lot of stuff going on, but I also still wanted to be a leader and still be a good team player because I know the goals we wanted to accomplish. So I started losing my love for football. I still appreciated it. I was still grateful for the opportunity, but I just wasn't as in love with it as I was, let's say, coming in as a freshman or in high school or in, like, Pop Warner per se.
Gotcha. And then coming out of college, how did Darty Co come about?
How did Darty Co come about? Well, background, like, I got my MBA in finance. I went to go work at a bond insurance firm, and they were like, I don't know, they were basically on some bullshit. So I ended up leaving there early just because I was like, I'm not waiting to get the raise I deserve. So I ended up going back into accounting, working at PwC. And it was cool. Like, everyone always talks about, like, busy season's crazy, blah, blah, blah. Like, you have to stay up X amount of hours. But it's like, if you're an athlete, you're numb to that shit because you got to go to school and be an athlete at the same time. So I really enjoyed that experience. I did audit for, like, private equity, hedge funds, but, like, it wasn't, like, long-term picture. It wasn't me. Obviously, corporate, there's a lot of politics. People, throw you under the bus in certain situations. And, like, I'm just a real ass person, and, like, I don't take that shit lightly, and I lose the respect for a lot of people. Like, if you say something's good and it's okay, and then just because the partner comes in, you want to blame someone else, like, even if it's me, I don't really take that lightly. So, and I didn't really see my future. Like, I looked 20, 30 years down the road, and I didn't see myself there long term. So I was just like, to be honest, I got to start thinking of other things to do and get out of there. And then I think we met up one night. You might have the exact date. I don't know if it was like May 24th, 2016. I don't even know if I should be saying exact date right now because there's too many. I think it was
May.
About to say any dates. Just leave it at that. We just met up.
I think it was May 13th, 2017.
Yeah. So we met up.
Stanford.
We were brainstorming. I asked a couple of dudes to come through. Paul came through, and we were just scheming, plotting, like, just how do we better ourselves. And randomly, I think it was you. You say it was you. I say it was me. A combination of both. But Darty came up, and I realized literally no one at the time was doing anything with Darty, and that was just a huge opportunity. And just exploited that and went after.
Yo, wait a minute. We got Jean Jacket Jamie in the building.
Who?
Jean Jacket Jamie. Welcome to the Darty.
What?
Jean Jacket Jamie. You're doing the collab with them. Jean Jacket.
Might have to play that Waka Flocka song one time for him.
Oh man. All right. So yeah. Oh. It's a Darty. Hey. All right. Yeah, so going back, continue what you were saying.
Yeah, I don't know where we left off. I'm tripping.
You're talking about creating Darty.
Oh
How you
yeah,
came up with
so
the name?
yeah, I just literally like I saw literally no one besides the company in France who sells, I believe, like equipment and stuff like that was doing anything with Darty. So it was just a wide open market, literally like first to market type shit. And just went after it full speed. Started building out the brand. Um, reach out to you, reach out to a couple people, but I was like, let me start, figuring out how to protect the brand, protect the company. And then, it was just like, how do I start pushing out apparel? I had a lot of people support me, and I feel like from those people who supported me from the start, like those are lifelong relationships. Shout out Alex Minicozy, Mikey Minicozy, the Minicozy family, PG Sports, you, Chris Lombardi, his girl. I know I'm forgetting tons of people, but these are just people that come to mind off the top of my head. And like, without them, it wouldn't be possible. I always say like, you know what you call them, but Minicozy family, like Alex, Mikey, like I feel like they love Darty more than I do. So how hard they push the brand, Willie, Dondre, Ty Lawson, all you guys. I appreciate you guys, and that's like a bond and a friendship that like will be here forever for sure. So I don't even know where to go from here, but yeah, I mean, they started pushing it out. I started pushing it out. I started developing a social media campaign to obviously increase brand awareness, get the brand out there, because the biggest thing is like you need to have eyes on your brand. So, started developing a campaign to essentially grow Darty and get it out there to a number of different colleges, and then decided to do like a little college tour. Shout out Steve Telly and Lucas. Lucas got me into Florida State when we had that event at Florida State for the Darty kickoff. So we toured a few colleges to get the brand off the ground, and then kind of just went from there.
True. Hey, yeah. What's your future plans for Darty?
Future plans for Darty. I think they covered that last night, right?
What happened? What happened last night? We got way more people in here now.
Yo, what happened last night? It was just crazy vibes.
It was a Darty and a live stream.
Yeah, you got. I mean, you got the perspective.
Oh, we got Nick Rodriguez in the building. Uh-oh.
Who?
He said you're his son.
Oh,
who?
Yeah.
Lauren's brother.
So yeah. I don't know. What did you say again? I'm getting confused reading these comments.
What
happened last night? I don't know. It was just some crazy. I went on the live, just talking to Speed, talking about my business, what I do. Obviously the partnership we're working on, and the things we're trying to get off the ground, and really turn it up this year. So, especially with PG Sports, consistency is key. He said, keep the Darty alive from a social distance.
Yeah, we might have to have that virtual Darty. Well, we basically did last night.
Pretty much.
I'm trying to find that video that I have from Stanford, but I know I have it on my phone, but I'm trying to find it on my laptop so I can play it. So, Alex.
Mark, what's going on?
Yeah, your girl HT is in here. She wanted to get on, but like she could have came on yesterday when my guest ghosted me. So I could have had anybody on, but no one came through, so I ended it early.
HT Physique.
Yeah, what advice would you give to somebody starting a brand?
What advice would I give to someone starting a brand? Like, I guess there are two ways to look at it. Like, are you doing it as a hobby, or are you doing it like for real? Like, that's what in the beginning you gotta establish. Because if it's just a hobby and something you're just doing on the side, and you want to just have something, that's a whole different conversation. But I feel like I'm gonna address the conversation as in like you gotta do this for real. And for anyone starting a brand, like, you got to have the vision from day one. Like, you have the hottest brand in the world. You have to approach it as in, like, I have to make sure that, like, if I go out there, selling my brand e-commerce wise or in stores, like, is my brand protected? So, like, you got to trademark whatever you have to do to protect your brand in the future, because, like, it happens to everyone. Like, you may create something and a bigger company sees that and they're just going to come along and take that. So if you really believe in it, you have to obviously do the brand protection first, and then from there, you got to go all in. Like, it's chips all in at this point. It's like whether you have a side job or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, you're working, you're still working on your brand, but then you're working, through the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and just doing what is required. I mean, a lot of the times nowadays, we have social media, we have phones. I know a lot of my friends and stuff like that, especially Dakari. Dakari got mad at me at one point because, like, we were at a dinner with some executives, and, like, I'm on my phone, but it's like I'm obviously trying to build a brand and create a brand. So it's like you got to take that shit seriously. And in the beginning, you're not going to have enough money to pay everybody. So you got to do a lot of the stuff yourself. You got to create multiple accounts. You got to, outsource, use third party, use Fiverr, use Upwork, reach out to some friends to help you out. You have to really go all in, and you have to keep the people that, like, are your closest friends and support you around, because they're the ones that are going to elevate you and push you, because it's not always, the grass isn't always green. It's not a, like, straight process to the top. So you're going to have your up days, you're going to have your down days, but it's like you really have to be able to go in, focus, and not give up. You're going to have to learn a lot of shit I didn't know. You can probably ask Paul. I probably asked him, I don't know, 50,000 questions maybe. I mean, I might be overestimating that, but you got to be willing to take criticism, learn. A lot of people know how to do stuff better than you do, so it's your ability to learn new stuff, and 2, is take criticism and learn from people who've done it before. And then also the internet. You can find anything on the internet. So, and get creative too. You don't always have to, just because there's Facebook marketing and Snapchat marketing and Twitter. Sometimes before this economy went to a shithole, a lot of the costs were high. You can get creative ways to build your own marketing campaign, outsource to India where the costs are super cheap. You can pay someone $200 a month. That's going to drive more traffic and more revenue to your website rather than using Facebook ads. So you just really got to get creative with stuff at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think you got to definitely learn how to do a little bit of everything, because you even know how to do a little bit of websites too now, right?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'll ask the questions for you. HT said, how did you start Darty in the first place? I know you kind of answered it. Just say it again, like, briefly.
Yeah, I mean, I was just working a corporate job and just wasn't happy with what I was doing at the same time. Obviously, like, shout out Dondre who just came in here, but at the same time, like, our best friend, like my best friend, my boy, like my brother passed away. So that helped me really reevaluate what I wanted to do with my life. And I wasn't trying to be an auditor for the next 30 years. So I just started brainstorming, what can I create? What can I do? That way I can own my own brand, but build it to, be one of the biggest brands in the world. Up there with, like, the Supremes of the world. So that was my vision from day one. That's still my vision till this day, and that's going to be my vision forever.
Any advice for former athletes on building a nonprofit?
Are you answering that, or am I answering that?
These are questions for you.
Wait, say that again?
I'm not a former athlete.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Any advice for a former athlete on building a nonprofit?
On building a nonprofit? Well, I don't have experience building a nonprofit. That's really a great question, to be honest. Like, I don't know the answer to that question, so I'm gonna have to develop a response. But do something that, like, you really care about. I know, like, you'll hear people say, like, you can't always do something like you love or that makes you happy. And you'll hear some people that say, like, you have to, but, I feel like when you're in the nonprofit space, and sometimes it's not, revenue, for-profit companies are all about revenue, bottom line. Nonprofit companies are not always about revenue. So when it's not for the money, you really have to enjoy that process and enjoy what you do, because it's going to be so that would just be my advice. I don't know if that answers your question. I don't have experience building a nonprofit, but I would just say that would be my answer right there.
HT, what's her name? Heather, right?
Yeah.
She said, where are the ethnic models?
She's canceled. A lot of our marketing, it's easy for people from the outside to judge and to criticize XYZ, what's really going on. But a lot of the content we have, I can show you all our files is of people who have bought our merch and sent in pictures that we repost. So we can't sit here and determine, and let's say like, you know, we want it to be like 25%, you know, black, 25% Asian, 25% white, you know, 25% like, you know, Mexican. Like that's, you know, I understand diversity, but at the end of the day, like a lot of our content is to show that a lot of our customers wearing our stuff on our social media pages. So can we be better at keeping that in mind and keeping that in conscience? Yes. But at the end of the day, we can't control that percentage at the end of the day. So if you want more of a specific ethnicity, you know, maybe buy some Darty merch and send it to them and tell them to send us some pictures, and we'll throw it up on the social media, whatever you want. I'm all about people providing some things.
All right, Limo said something inappropriate. My boy Miguel said all in Gary V talk here. Ricky asked, do you think football has helped you in the business world with Darty?
Yes. Ricky, you know this shit. Let's keep it a buck. Like when we came in as a freshman, like there is no really entitlement. Like it's like obviously we had no first year, and he literally would probably scream every curse word at you in the book that he can think of besides the N word. Like if he could legally say the N word, he probably would have said it to you. But like that's the stuff that builds you up. Like that makes you mentally tough. Like I'm at the point in my life where like I mentioned before, like I have Nigerian parents, but also my experience going into college and dealing with North and coaches and like being a freshman has prepared me for the business world. It's cutthroat. It's hard. No one's going to give you anything. There's going to be no handouts. So as long as you have that same mentality in business, you're going to win, because you're not going to stop at no. A lot of people hear no, or, you know, they say it's not possible. I believe everything's possible. I may not know how to get it done, but I could hire the person who can get it done. So that's just my mentality, is like, I don't just stop at no. I don't think that there's like, I think everything is possible. You just have to find the right person who's able to do that. So that's what, like, I feel like football has prepared me for the real world, as in like, it's super cutthroat and no one's going to look out for you, and you have to look out for yourself. So that's what I would say in regards to that question, Ricky.
Oh, that's a good one. If you were to explain the core values of Darty, what would they be?
That's a great question. So it's all about, as you look at the palm tree, I think you need to look at like what that represents. And a lot of people, when they go on vacation, when they go just to travel in general, they want to be where it's nice, where it's on the beach, where there's palm trees. And when you think about the state of mind you're in those places, it's all about happiness. It's all about relaxation. It's all about love, positivity. So those are really the core values of Darty. That's what we represent, is happiness. When you take a look at McDonald's and they have the clown, and McDonald's sells shitty food. I was just watching the other day. McDonald's sells shitty food, but you're happy when you go there. Their number one selling product is a Happy Meal. So when people look at Darty and they see the palm tree, I want them to think of like relaxation, happiness, you know, being on the beach, positive mindset. And those are all key values of Darty. I don't know if my comments are loading, but
I got it. When is the Darty World Tour?
Huh?
When's the Darty World Tour?
So that's been paused with all this Corona stuff, but obviously I'd love to pick it back up in 2021 for sure. So
is there a Darty?
Nothing set in stone.
Is there a Darty partnership program?
I mean, there's not an official Darty partnership program, but we can arrange something. Just feel free to reach out to me via email or via DMs, either or.
What's the next step for Darty Co?
Right now, we're going through legal stuff. You know, after this economy gets back up and running, we're really looking to expand the line and establish a number of partnerships with bigger companies to take us to the next level. So it should 2021 should be an exciting time. Is that AB? He's live. What's good, fam?
AB just FaceTimed me, so I said, you know what? I'll FaceTime him back while I'm live with Dim. And then I'm gonna tell him
Florida boy.
You gotta get in the live, bro. Get in the live. I'll call you back.
Florida boy, what's good?
Yeah, we're getting all these. Yo, Andre knows Tim Goodwin.
Yeah, they basically like grew up in the same town, I think, or next
Oh,
door.
he said at Tim Goodwin. He said good answer. Thank. The other guy said the guy's name is Dez that asked you about the nonprofit. He said thanks. What's up, AB?
You're welcome.
We in this bitch.
We in this bit. AB.
All right, so actually, since AB's here, we have to show him what happened last night. Here's one clip. Here's one clip.
Oh my gosh. Yo, I don't know how we can move on from Darty, but I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I'm speaking too soon, but
Maybe.
Darty and the Raptors, baby.
is it safe to say that Darty may have earned himself a spot up here? My God. Baby, welcome to the Darty.
Oh my God, wild! How did that happen? How did this happen? Yo, he went live. Yo,
Wild
this is a 30-minute.
boy Paul, yo.
It's a 30-minute video that's going up later. The whole thing. If you want to watch it. Wait, where's the other clip? See this other clip.
What we doing? Yo. Hey, yo, that's right. The new trick, we still in the trademark, bro. Public access TV. Consistency is key. We don't have to pay him for that, I hope. Public access TV, where consistency is key. And we have Darties. All right, man, what we doing?
Oh, what a trip.
What we doing, man?
Yo, where's Lauren? Get her ass.
Like he was crying. Bro,
Oh, shit.
Bro, he didn't. Tears.
Bro, this is him for 20 minutes.
Yo, we all brand ambassadors now? Yo, I'm losing viewers off this shit, and I don't care because I can't stop laughing. I don't care if y'all leaving, bro. Only the real ones are staying tapped into the Darty.
That's how it is. Only the real ones stay.
Yo, AB, you still in here?
Yo, yeah. Shout out to calling in, my brother. Listen, we about to trademark public access TV. We about to.
He said I don't have Darty trade.
I bet. Yeah, shoot that whole shit.
He has to verify that now. He was like, bet.
AB, I just.
Go ahead.
I got him in there because I said you take 10 shots.
One shot kill. One shot will kill.
Yo, was that really alcohol?
Am I really real?
No, that was. I don't know. I don't know. Did you hear someone else? Did you hear someone else in the comments was like, "Yo, was that Devil Spring?" You heard someone else in the comments? Shit. You heard someone else? Oh shit! Corona. Yo, Rob. Yo, that was that video. Speedy needs to be decked out in Darty gear. That's all I know. Decked out, head to toe. Walking in the first day back. He got to be walking in the first day back at Complex, dripping in Darty from Corona.
Yeah, we'll arrange for that to happen.
How does one make Malibu Bay Breeze? Is that your drink of choice?
Is that my drink of choice?
Yeah.
I mean, I fuck with it. They're wavy.
Yo, what's one school that you want to get?
I don't know why he's asking that question. He knows how.
What's like a school that you want to go to throw a Darty at?
What's a school I want to go to? Like the top school?
Yeah, like that you haven't been to yet.
Really gotta think about.
Welcome to the Darty.
Probably.
Kid goes on Speedy's live on Complex, and now he's on my live. It's crazy, right, guys?
Huh?
ASU?
Yeah, probably ASU or University of Arizona.
Why Arizona?
I mean, it's lit over there. What else? They ride for Darty. Like
See,
how
we got
everyone
some. We
was
got
on
some.
the live last night. That's how it is.
Yeah, we got some people in there. She said, "Welcome to the Darty." She's crying, laughing in the face. Diana Darty, Diana.
Get them in here.
Oh my, yeah. Send it. Share this to all your people that were watching last night, so we get them all in there. Actually, send it to Speedy right now because we gotta get him in there. Everyone send it to Speedy. That would be hilarious. He'd be dripping in Darty. I'll send him some gear too. Let's see. Here's that. If you guys want to go, what you call it? If you guys want to go, send it to him. So what about during this Corona? What are you doing?
Man, I'm working on a lot of stuff. Working mainly for real estate. Darty hoodie collab with PD Sports. So just working a lot for real estate right now, and just working in general. A lot of projects and stuff's in the works. So it's just been like, don't comment on that. You can say it, but don't comment. But yeah, just been working. Back home in New Jersey, left LA about like 2 weeks ago or so. So just back in Jersey, just working. And that's pretty much it. I mean, what else is there?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like some people are using this time to relax and take time off, which is obviously definitely needed. And some people are just taking this time to advance and move forward quickly. A lot of people are on their phones, on their emails, so it's a big opportunity for you to get accomplished what you're looking to accomplish. So that's definitely a valuable time right now.
Oh yeah. We'll definitely be doing an official collab one day or whatever, whenever we feel like it. Hold up on your back. What is he talking about? I didn't know that. What is he talking about?
Oh, he said, hold up, bro. Yeah, he's talking to me. He's talking about me. He said pull up. I can't pull up anywhere, yo.
Shout out to Ray. He just got some new gear. He just posted it. He's on live right now.
Who was that?
My boy Ray. Let's see. Pull up. What's Andre talking about? What's he asking? What question are you asking?
Pull up
Instagram?
Maryland.
Maryland?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we ain't pulling up nowhere. Virtual Darties.
I'm only pulling up around my crib. That's about it. This Corona shit, it's too early to go, for real.
Oh, this is the other Dondre.
Yeah, Dondre Brown.
I don't know him. I suck at typing. I thought it was Dondre Lawson. Or
Lawson.
what's his last name? Yeah.
Lawson?
Yeah, it's Lawson, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So what else?
Pause. I'm the cool one. I don't know. You answered all of them. What else do you want to? What else do you want to do?
Yeah, Dodger. We will talk about that. I'm not talking about it either.
How do you feel about esports?
I think right now is just a huge opportunity for them too. So I hope they were prepared. I mean, obviously it's big. They have a lot of key investors. Even a lot of NBA teams are investing in esports. Number of celebrities, XYZ, but it's definitely a sector that's going to continue to get bigger and bigger. And I think a lot of those, like, I don't know if people call them gamers, like I'm gonna just call them athletes. I think at the end of the day, like in 10 years, some of them are gonna start demanding like bigger paychecks. Like, there's gonna be like salary minimums. Like it's gonna be like compared to the NBA, like, NFL, MLB. I think big companies like SAP are like sponsoring them.
I'm saying like big companies are already sponsoring them.
Right. So it's definitely something, and obviously like it's like all these kids sitting at home playing games. It's like you might as well take advantage of it and make some money, and then it might turn into your profession.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you almost turn anything into a business at this point. Whether it's playing video games, drawing, making stuff. You could live stream anything. Grooming animals. Who the hell knows? Nothing. We're definitely going to be back on Speedy's live tonight. I think he goes live at like 10:45. So if you guys want to check out that, I'll be lit. And I got to do an interview at 3. So what?
Who's that interview with?
Chargers player. Back to back interviews. Feel me?
I feel that.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming
So,
on. You got any questions for me?
Do I have any questions for you?
Serious questions?
Where Lauren Rodriguez at, yo? Should have told Nick.
I don't know. She doesn't answer us no more. She likes her LA friends with it better now.
I call her. What do I call her? Laguna Lolo. That's her new nickname.
Wild.
But all right, my G.
Let me save this so it doesn't get lost, and I'll hit you up in a little while.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks for coming on. What the hell? What was that?
My computer.
Oh, all right. See.
All right, later.